Good morning. We are live. It is Monday, December 6th, 2021, and this is the Deep Dive with Keeping Current Matters. We are coming to you live from my home office today, and I'm going to tell you in a little while why that is so important for our conversation. Today, we are going to talk about the most important conversation that you need to be having with your buyers today, and that is on the non-financial benefits of home ownership. You know, the meaning of home ownership has really changed over the past year and a half, and we want to make sure that you can help your buyers understand the importance of home ownership and really have the full picture. You know, there's always a financial side to buying a home, but there's an emotional and social well-being side as well. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get started on this conversation about the non-financial benefits of home ownership. Now, what you can see right here is actually a picture of a home office. And I told you a moment ago, you know, we were going to talk about why it's so important that I'm broadcasting today from my home office, because I think this is really relatable for a lot of people. You know, you look around, you see the desk, it's positioned by the window, get a little natural light. There's probably a sofa off there in the corner that is, you know, maybe a room that wasn't necessarily designed to be a home office originally, but it's become that. And that's one part of why homeownership has changed so much over the past year. Our homes have been this place that has helped us really feel safe, secure, continue working in many cases, schooling our children, entertaining our families. You know, homes are hugely important today, and that has shifted drastically over the past year and a half. And you know, I sit here today in my home office, and I'll be honest, it's not ideal. It's actually kind of this like little corner of my kitchen. And, you know, it's not the way that my kitchen was designed to be, but it's become so important to me. And on any given day, you know, when my 7 and 9-year-old boys were here doing virtual school at home, there was probably a baseball field set up somewhere around me, Legos on the floor, Nerf darts were flying. You know, home has become a completely different place. And that's what we have to help people remember and understand. And I think many of us feel that way, but there are also potential buyers out there who may be concerned about what they hear in the media and what's happening with the market around us. And that's changing. And as people look at, like we said, prices rising, mortgage rates potentially rising, all of those things, they say, I'm not sure if I'm ready to buy a home, to move from renting to buying, or to make that leap into the space that I really need. And that can help people, that can cause people to pause their plans. And we certainly don't want anyone to pause their plans when, you know, homeownership is so important, and we can educate them on why that is. So what I'm going to do on this next slide is show you something that you've probably seen before through KCM. And this is, you know, on the left, you have the forecast for rising mortgage rates from Freddie Mac. You can see in the blue, mortgage rates are still relatively historically low, but those red bars are showing that the forecast is projected to change. Mortgage rates are projected to rise. And what you see on the right side of the screen is that home prices are also projected to rise. You know, we've seen record-breaking home price appreciation over the past year, and we're continuing to see additional appreciation next year. Not that record-breaking rate, but experts are saying it's going to continue to increase. And when that happens and homeowners or potential buyers hear this, they start to think, you know what? I'm worried about affordability. And we're certainly not saying that affordability isn't a challenge. I think it's going to be more of the conversation as we go into next year. But when people hear that, they think, you know what? I may not be ready to buy. And what we want to help people understand is that there is a financial component. We have to keep our eyes on that. It is a great time to buy a home if you're ready, but make the decision based on the whole picture. And that includes the non-financial side, or that social and emotional well-being side that's so mission critical to who we are today. Now, I want to share this quote from the Joint Center for Housing Studies at Harvard University. And it says, homeownership is regarded as causing an improvement in the quality of life of a typical family. It is the most common method for such a family to build wealth that can be used for retirement or other needs, including helping the next generation. Such wealth creation, therefore, provides a major social as well as economic benefit. So what does that mean? It means, yes, there is a financial component to buying a home. There is the dollars and cents that we need to make sure that we understand and we take into consideration. But there's also this social well-being. And that turns into an economic benefit down the road when you can build that family wealth. You can, share that for generations to come. People feel safe and secure and stable through home ownership. And that is so important to consider in this conversation. And that's why it's so important to get this message out to your potential buyers right now. Now, here's a study from Unison, and it's the 2021 State of the American Homeowner. There's some really powerful statistics here that I think we should sit on for a moment. The first one says that 64% of American homeowners say living through a pandemic has made their home more important than ever. I think many of us can relate to this. I think, whether you're an agent or, you've worked in other fields or, even your potential buyers, wherever they are, they can say that living through the pandemic has made their home more important than ever. We've worked at home. We've talked about schooling our kids at home, entertaining ourselves at home, working out at home. Many of us now have a home gym kind of tucked into another space in our home that maybe wasn't intended to be that way originally, but it's getting us through right now. And so living through a pandemic has made our homes more and more important than ever. 83% of homeowners say their home has kept them safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. There is no doubt there. In a time of uncertainty, when we needed a place to retreat to, our homes have really created that safe space for us. And 91% of homeowners say they feel secure, stable, or successful owning a home. Security and stability and that feeling of success is so important right now. And really and truly, we can see that the meaning of home ownership has changed. So when people say, maybe they're pressing pause or they're not pushing forward on their home buying plans, we have to ask them, but why do you want to own a home in the first place? And I think a lot of these sentiments, a lot of these emotions will come into play and they'll feel very real and true for all of us. So making sure that potential buyers know these things and you can help communicate these things is so important right now. I love this quote from the same study. It says, last year, staying home became a necessity, and that caused many homeowners to have renewed gratitude for the roof over their head. I don't know about you, but everything we've talked about so far has made me feel a renewed sense of gratitude. I'm sure your buyers, your potential clients feel the same way. We all feel a gratitude and a level of appreciation for our homes that we've never felt in this lifetime, that has truly drastically changed. And I think this next visual is really powerful because it shows how much this has changed throughout the pandemic. These are homeowners who feel emotionally attached to their homes. Pre-pandemic, that was 58%. Today, that number has jumped to 70%. That's huge. 70% of us feel emotionally attached to our homes. They become our safe haven in so many ways. And when we continue to work, we can continue to keep our family safe and have this ability to own a home. It changes our lives. And being able to, be out there helping potential buyers find this place of safety and security and feel this life change, whether it's buying their first home to get that sentiment for the first time or moving up to a home because their needs have changed so much and they're feeling that pressure of home office, home gym, more space, and just spending more time here. That is mission critical. Home ownership has truly changed who we are over the past year and a half. And I think as we wrap this conversation up today, I love this quote from Mark Fleming. It says, buying a home is not just a financial decision. It's also a lifestyle decision. And when we think about the importance of our lifestyles today, we certainly are not through this pandemic. We are working hard to get there, and we are learning how to reshape and change our lives to make it day by day. And our homes are a huge part of creating that safety and that security that makes that happen. So as we think about the biggest, most important conversations we need to have with our buyers, It's adding in this non-financial benefit of home ownership, that feeling of safety and security as they look at the news, at the world around us, as they think about what it takes to buy a home. We're certainly saying that there's a financial dollars and cents component, and we want to make sure everyone understands how to navigate that. But there's an emotional side and a well-being that comes into play too. And I hope that you will share these slides out, have this conversation with everyone in your sphere, and make sure they know, really think about, why is it that you want to own a home? Why is it that your life is changing and you need something new? Let's lean into that, and let's make sure that everyone feels that sense of gratitude and makes a powerful and confident decision based on both the financial and the non-financial benefits. So again, thank you for being here this morning. If you'd like to download these slides, head over to the member area if you're a KCM member. If you're new to us today, thank you again for being here. You can go to trykcm.com. And as always, if you have questions, you can email me directly, kate@keepingcurrentmatters.com. I can't wait to hear from you, and I hope you have a great week.